Hey everyone, welcome to Shifty's Club. Today I'm going to talk about a really good combo that I don't know if I came up with it myself, but it's actually a combo I thought of by myself. Of course, you know how everything goes. Everyone will say that you didn't make that deck up, so and so did, or they, people are just jealous all the way across the board. They just want to make you feel bad and let you know you didn't make a deck because they have never. Of course, I've came up with plenty of decks that have been winners. 2008 deck, the Dragon Frontiers Typhlosion with a Crystal Guardian's Charizard and using all fire basics and stage ones to set up. You got Snorlax, Kaleidol Exotic, Cessation Crystal Beach. Just ran really well, and I created the deck myself. So yeah, pretty much. And that's basically the way I am. Is I'm not necessarily always gonna make the deck that is just plain out unique, but I'm not always like Ross Cawthorn trying to reinvent the light bulb. But I'm just joking. Yeah, he's my hero. But basically, this episode I'm just going to talk about how good this deck is that I've tested over and over and over and over, have found no flaws in the deck whatsoever. It sets up too fast, too consistent, and there's one problem with that. And the problem is, what if I'm under a lock? And I've teched in a few cards, and guess what? It set up perfectly consistent. It had no problems whatsoever, and I did not include any cards that weren't around past the red collection. Everything in the red collection on back is what I have in the deck. So basically, you don't see anything not new. Basically, like a Selgors, like the Super Rod, the new Night Maintenance. the if it's not in the, that'll be coming up with the Noble Victories. Or it should. Hopefully, those stupid idiots, the Pokemon Company International, will realize we need it. But yes, I can definitely tell you firsthand how good this deck is going to be, how good it is, and here's how the deck works. First off, you've got two stage 1 Pokemon, both are grass type, and both require little or no energy to attack for heavy damage. Both have free retreat costs, and both have different weaknesses and different resistances, so you pretty much got a win-win situation there. Yeah, Mega, of course, you have to have the same hand size as your opponent, and that's not always the easiest thing to do. And that's why Silcore's a good partner for it. Because even when you can't match their hand size, you always have an extra person you can go to. Or, sorry, Pokemon to go to, not person. And that's a Selgor. A Selgor has 2 attacks. One color is for 20, and I think that attack does like 10 damage to one opponent's bench, I'm not sure. I never pay attention to it. It's not worth it. The only attack I ever use is the one grass for 60, and it can't attack during the next turn. So that's why it has free retreat, and you can always build another one on the bench. If you still can't match your opponent's hand size, switch to another Selgor. Attack. Hit for 60. You got the game. You got it going. And then once you get Mega to the point where it's got hand size, of course, you should never have the problem, because I mean, I ran way too many draw supporters, and that made the deck really easy to match opponent's hand size. But I cut a few down. Now I'm only running 11 draw supporters. Yeah, sounds like much, but it's not, because you need them in this format. But yeah, I'll go ahead and give you guys the deck list down in the description below. But I thought I'd go ahead and tell you guys that this deck is just really good. I mean, because when you match your opponent's hand size, you can sniper 40 or hit heavy 70, and it's and I don't think that 70 is matched by weakness or resistance, so that's actually pretty good. Not in all cases, of course. If you did have a Pokemon with a grass weakness in a defending spot, then yeah, of course you'd have to go to Selgor if you can't hit for weakness. But you use very few tech cards in this deck, just enough to where it doesn't beat itself in consistency, but it makes sure that you have enough options to work your way around your opponent's strategy. And that's basically what the deck's good at doing. Now, I suggest that you run my exact copy of this deck first to see what you think, and then maybe about 100 games, because I mean, you'll never figure it out with 2 or 3 games if you want to run it or not. Try different decks, every deck you can think of, all the metagame decks, and use all the cards up to red collection. See what you think. I mean, of course, using the deck's actually really good, but when you testing it over and over and over until you're sure about the deck is the right way to play a deck. And if you don't like it, change it or find a new deck. And so I tell everyone, play a deck that you're comfortable with. I mean, it can be rogue, it can be metagame, but if it's rogue, it really needs to work. I mean, I've told so many, and I'm one of those people that are straight up honest. If a kid asks me what I think about his deck, and it's not a good deck, I'm gonna tell him it's not a good deck. He needs to fix it. I can offer some help, whatever, but I'm not gonna lie to a kid about his deck. I know I've broken a few kids' hearts ever, but I keep trying to help people like that out with these videos. Hopefully it'll help them. But this deck is actually meant to be tier 1, and it's because, believe this or not, I mean, catcher's gonna be the most dominating card in the game. You can get 1 copy of a non-reverse holofoil catcher for 12 to 15 bucks online. You want a reverse holofoil, you're looking at 25 to 40 bucks. Yeah, some crazy website I seen had it for like 40 bucks. I think it was like Anime Discount Toys, I'm not sure, or whatever. I think they were the ones I had it at one point. I bet it's down now because no one's gonna sell it for 40 bucks. Charlton is like for like, what is it, 25? I don't remember. But that's what I'm saying right now. Get the AccelMega Primes when you can, because AccelMega Prime might not be the best deck out right now. Typhlosion Prime with Reshiram, Embor with Reshiram, Magnezone with Reshiram, Rayquaza Deoxylation or RDL. Those are actually pretty good decks, and AccelMega usually doesn't perform well against the lightning type variants, and Selgor's just going to make it seem like a field day for fire types, but it's really not, because I mean, you got that option to fly back and forth, and of course they're going to be running catcher. But the best thing about this deck is that it's all stage 1, and if you're running a 4/4 of each plus the Zekrom that I included, and if you don't know why it works, you'll see. But it works. Let me just put it that way. You'll not be disappointed. Now, if you're playing against some really crazy rogue, like some kind of Executor Electro that just somehow sets up turn 2, yeah, you're gonna get your butt kicked. But the deck is supposed to be really good. Like I said, I've tested it. I know how the deck works. If you test my copy about 100 times, you'll know that it works. You'll see how it runs, and overall, you can tell whether you want to run it or not. Next episode, not sure what it'll be, but we'll find out soon enough. Next time. Shit, these